guys, what we're going to do is go through my small mini survival kit here. Now the case is from a Summit survival kit. I picked this up online. As far as I can see, I can't find this case anymore, but there are several different brands using a similar case. Now this just uses simple clips and it's pretty waterproof. Tested it out. However, for a long period of time submerged, I wouldn't count on it. It's got a small little clip here. Pretty hard wearing plastic, but again, it might break. Okay, so let's open it up and have a look. So the 4 clips open up here, and let's go through the insides. So first of all, hard to see, but inside here I've just taped in a thick sewing needle. Pretty good for repairing clothes and gear and stuff like that. And just taped it in there. You can take the tape straight out, and that's also ready to use. Here we've got some Storm matches with the striker in there. Waterproof, pretty good matches. I've used several ones like this before and they're pretty nice to have. Inside I've got a small tube. Now this is good for getting water out of small crevices and things like that. Again, this was just from a bicycle repair kit, but good to have nonetheless. Small set of zip ties. In here we've got some just simple cotton wool really, just some simple tinder, easy to use and expendable, you know. If it goes bad, it goes bad, that's okay. Next here we've got some fire straws. Now inside these I've got some petroleum jelly and some cotton wool like we've seen before. Just sealed it off each individual one. So these will burn for a couple minutes each. These are pretty nice and you can just open it up, you can bite it or cut it and it will burn just like a candle really. So pretty good fire tinder here. Here I've just got some waxed thread. Now this is great for repairing gear or using for whatever you want, even fishing line. Here there's just a small light, click on and click off like that. The battery's pretty good on it. I just picked it up from another survival kit. Again, just nice to have a light source. Here we've just got some simple thread, really just black, good for again sewing. Small Bic lighter. Super glue, always useful to have, great for all kinds of things really. Small button compass, small whistle. Now it's pretty small. I've kept the chain on it just because I can use this and attach it to other things in my kit, or I can attach it to my person. Oh, sorry about that. Standard military can opener, good to have. You can open cans on concrete, but always nice to have a proper tin opener if you can. Standard small sewing kit, small packet of salt. It's a Gerber Bear Grylls striker. Now I like this one just because it's a little bit fatter than your average striker and it does give off pretty good sparks. So Gerber, small paraframe folding knife. Again, I've had no complaints with this knife really. I would prefer a longer blade and the serrated edge on the back. Hey, you know, for the price you can't beat it really, and just folds up like so. Little clip so you can go on your belt, quite handy, and you can take it out of the kit and keep it on your person, which is quite nice. Here we've got the Gerber Clutch. Now this folds out like that, and it's got pretty much a good range of stuff on it really, even tweezers, which is quite nice, that don't actually come out, so you can't lose things. I quite like this tool, and I've used it at a range of different places really. It's got a nice little wire cutter section there. And again, it's a pretty good kit. I mean, Gerber does tend to bring pretty good stuff to the table. This is just the striker that goes along with the steel. This isn't my preferred striker, it's not the best. The edges are a little bit rounded, so it's harder to strike with, but it does have a bottle opener on it, which is quite nice. And this little edged bit here. Now, I've never used this on my steel because I don't want to take chunks out of it, but it is good for grinding against some of your wood, and you can make some nice little flakes and some feather sticks with it. Here I've just got some char cloth that I've made myself in just a little Ziploc bag. Again, just for fire and things like that. Small packet of sugar. Now, you know, it's not going to save your life, but again, it is going to keep your spirits up a little bit and give you some calories, a little bit of an energy boost when you need it. Here we've just got 2 simple antiseptic wipes, just alcohol pads really. They're okay. They do just fine, and they're not too expensive. I picked these up in the corner shop in Japan. Not too bad really. Condom, carrying water, and for other uses of course. Here I've got 6 Oasis water purification tablets. Now each tab will do 1 litre of water. They're very lightweight and they're pretty dependable. This is a good brand. It only takes 30 minutes to purify 1 litre. So, it's pretty good to have. And again, it weighs almost nothing, so this is a pretty good thing to have. Next, a simple signal mirror. Now the mirror, I just keep it in the bag and keep all the coverings on it just so it doesn't get scratched or broken. I have never really had much use for signal mirrors in my sort of environment, but it's good to have a mirror on you, just in case, especially if there's something stuck in your mouth or somewhere that you can't quite see on your person that you want to really have a good look at. Here we've just got a sheet of aluminium foil and another one. Now this one's about 50 by 50 centimeters. This one's about 30 by 25. So it's good to have 2. The reason, because one you can cook in and the other you can use for a container or a cup or whatever you want. I like to have 2 instead of trying to separate it and rip it up with my knife. Here we've got just a couple band-aids really, just a range of sizes. It's good to have, having 1 or 2 is okay, but the good old rule of 1 is none and 2 is 1 applies especially with these. And the very last thing in my kit is just a small thing of sandpaper. It's pretty fine grained, quite useful. It's nice for searing the edges off stuff and can always come in handy, really. Some of the things that I don't include in this kit, I don't include a fishing setup, I don't include a lot of other shelter elements and things like that, because that is all covered in my standard EDC. And also, as this is more of an urban kit, I don't really feel the need for things like that, because if I'm in an urban environment, I'm not really going to be fishing. I'm going to be more worried about just making a fire and keeping warm for the night. Okay guys, thanks very much for listening, and there'll be a more detailed breakdown of some of these pieces in the comment section.